Hey guys, good morning and welcome to our reading lesson. So far during this unit, we've been talking about nonfiction text. We've learned about the nonfiction types of text. We've learned about text structures and why they're important. And then we've also learned about text features. So today we're going to be reading a reference nonfiction text, and we're going to be looking at a descriptive text structure. So that's a text structure that starts with the main idea, and then it gives you details that support that main idea. And the reason that text structure is helpful is because it teaches us a lot. That's why it's a reference nonfiction. So we're going to get started, and I'm going to share my screen with you. So typically when authors write reference nonfiction and use a descriptive text structure, they use your senses. So they talk about what you see, what you hear, what you feel, what you taste. They talk about all of the senses that you have and how it describes something. So today, we're going to be using those descriptions and those senses and those text structures to help us learn about how animals can help humans. So the title of this passage that we're about to read is called Animals That Help, and it is by Karen Smith and Carrie Moore. As we read this, we're going to be thinking to ourselves, what is the main idea? And then what are the supporting details that go with that main idea? So the details that kind of help us understand that main idea better. So as we read, I'm going to stop when I see the main idea and I will highlight it. And then I'm going to stop for a few supporting details that go with it. Okay? So before I even begin, I noticed some text features right up front. I see some photographs and I see a caption as well. And the caption says, "Friendly, loving animals provide great comfort and joy to many people who are lonely or who live in nursing homes." So there we have it. Right there is a photograph text feature and then the caption that goes with it. So let's go ahead and start reading. If you hear a main idea, guys, stick your finger in the air and we'll stop and we'll highlight that. Pets are animals that people love and that make people happy. One thing about pets is that if they are cared for and treated right, they are always a friend. Animals can be trained to help people who are sick, who are lonely, or who need help. Wait a second. I feel like that is exactly what our title was telling us, animals that help. I feel like this is the sentence that tells us the main idea. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight this sentence. Animals can be trained to help people who are sick, who are lonely, or who need help. I love that. So that's our main idea of this passage. They are called therapy animals or visiting animals. These animals are taken to nursing homes, hospitals, and schools to be with people who need some kind of help. They help people who are lonely, who are in pain, or who are sad about something that has happened to them. Now, wait a second. I've already seen a few details that go and support this main idea. I see where the animals are taken. They're taken to nursing homes, hospitals, and schools to be with people who need some kind of help. Okay. I also see that they help people who are lonely, who are in pain, or who are sad about something that has happened to them. Those are two very important details that go with that main idea of animals being trained to help people. Sometimes people have to leave a pet at home while they are in the hospital. So the visiting animals help these people feel better and remember their own pets. Cats, horses, rabbits, pot-bellied pigs, and parrots are some of the animals that have been used to help people forget their troubles, sickness, or pain. So guys, right there, I'm going to go ahead and highlight that because that feels like another detail that supports the fact that animals can be trained to help people. This is telling us what types of animals can be trained. But dogs are used more than any other animal for therapy and for visiting. So there's another detail that tells us, now all these animals can be used, but dogs are the most commonly used. Have you guys ever seen a therapy dog in public? I know that Annabelle goes to the public library and she's actually able to read with a therapy dog that they have for people to go and read with. His name is Griffin and he's a black lab and he's super friendly. And we've talked a little bit about him this year. Now, as we scroll down, we see some more text features. And then I see a caption. Different types of animals can be helpful to people in need, even a pot-bellied pig, which many people raise as pets. Let's keep reading. To be therapy animals or visiting animals, they have to be good around people and other animals. They are trained to sit, get in people's laps, be gentle, not lick, and let people pet them. So guys, there's another fact or a detail that supports the main idea. This is how the animals are trained. It tells us what they're trained to do. A lot of dogs and cats are used to visit older people who feel lonely and who do not have many family members around them. Visiting dogs and other animals make older people happy and give them something to talk to and love. Some dogs are trained to be with veterans or people who were in a war. So there's another fact, guys. Some dogs are trained to be with veterans. Some veterans need extra love to help them forget the war. Some veterans were injured and the dogs help them forget their pain, which also helps them heal faster. 2 programs called Tail Waggin' Tutors and Sit, Stay, Read train dogs to listen to children read at schools or libraries. Okay, so here's another fact or a detail that goes with the main idea. The dogs sit on the carpet at the reading center or next to a desk or table and listen to children who are learning to become better readers. Paw Prints and Purrs Incorporated takes trained dogs and cats to children's hospitals. So here's another important detail. While they are there, the children are able to hug and talk to the animals. This helps the children laugh, be happy, and forget about being sick. Therapy animals and visiting animals come in all sizes and all kinds. The most important thing about them is that they are gentle, friendly to people, and full of love. After they are trained, they become animals that help. So there's one more detail that I'd like to include, and that's the sentence that says the most important thing about them is that they are gentle, friendly to people, and they are full of love. Now at the bottom, we have another text feature. Those explain the resources and where they found the information for the article. And then we have another photograph and a caption. Almost all children love stuffed animals, but a live animal like this dog brings even greater joy to a child who is sick. So as we scroll through and look back over what we just read, I notice we have a lot of important details that support the main idea that animals can be trained as therapy animals. So when you're doing your assignment today, you are actually going to choose a nonfiction book on Epic. You're going to go in and read the book. And as you're reading, you are going to use, let me go ahead and pull up Seesaw. You're going to use what you read to help you fill out this graphic organizer. So the graphic organizer will have the title in the middle, and then you're going to put the main idea and a supporting detail for each of the paragraphs you read, just like what we just did together. Okay. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. But just remember, as you're reading, it's important to use those text features, but also to make sure that you are making sure that you understand the main idea and the supporting details of a nonfiction text. All right, see you guys later. Have a good afternoon.